Hey friends, happy Thursday morning. Happy Thunderbolt Thursday morning. It's great to see everybody. I hope you had some fun with those little phonological awareness videos that Mrs. Nappersharp sent our way yesterday. I missed you guys yesterday, but here I'm back to make another video for you. And we're going to get back to what we were working on earlier in the week, which was money. Money. So, I hope you watched some of that Jack Hartman video, that silly money in my pocket video that he's got. I'm going to post another Jack Hartman money video. In the next one, he doesn't talk about pennies at all, because we don't use pennies anymore in Canada. He talks about half dollars, which I don't think I've ever actually seen a half dollar, but they do exist, but almost nobody ever uses them. But he talks about them, so you can watch that newer video as well. Okay? So, today I'm going to show you a couple of activities we can do just with some coins, some dice, and some crayons. Okay? So, I want you to get some coins. Make sure you've got all the different ones. So, you're going to have your penny, which is worth 1 cent. You got it? You're going to have your beaver on the front, a nickel, you're right, worth 5 cents. You're going to make sure you get your, it's got a ship on the front, it's a dime, it's worth 10 cents. You're going to have your, it's got a caribou on it, it's a quarter. Quarter is worth 25 cents. And if you have these around, get them too. A loonie, because it has a loon in the front, worth 100 cents or a dollar. And then your toonie, you got it, worth 200 cents or $2 with a friendly little polar bear on the front. Okay? So, we're going to do 2 quick little activities, and you guys can do these as much as you'd like. I'm going to get out my dice. If you want to get out a deck of cards, will also work. Just something to give you a bit of a random number to work with, okay? So I'm going to take my dice. I'm going to roll my dice. I've got, alright, you see that? 3 and 3. So I'm going to try and make that with my money. So 3 and 3. I'm going to match that. Penny's worth 1 cent. So 1, 2, 3 over here. And this one, 3 pennies too. 1. Wait, that's not a penny. Oh, that doesn't count. That's a dime. That would be 12 cents. Nope. There we go. 3 and... There we go. 3 cents and 3 cents. Does that look right? It's right to me. How much do I have in total here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pennies. 6 pennies. Is there any other way with money I could make the number 6? What do you think? Could I use a... Could I use a quarter? Well, that's worth 25 cents. That's too big. Could I use a dime? That's worth 10 cents. I don't have 10. I only have 6. Could I use a nickel? What's worth 5 cents? Could I, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put down my nickel. Hey, does that work? 5, 6. It's just like our hands. I got a nickel here, and I got a penny here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6. So I could do 3 and 3, or I could do 5 and 1. Well, that's kind of neat. All right, I'm going to roll again, see what numbers I get. All right, look at that, I got 1 and 5. All right, so I know what to do. I can put 1 there. I'm not going to count up 5. I'm just going to use my nickel. 1 and 5. Awesome. All right, is there another way I could show that? You're right, we just did it. 5 pennies. Okay, and roll it again. 3 and 2. Okay, so 2, 1, 2 cents, 3, 1, 2, 3 cents. Okay, does that look right to you? 2 cents 3 cents? All right, how many do I have in total here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 in total. Hey, 5 is a nickel. You're right. So I could use a nickel there. That's cool. All right, let's roll one more time. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to switch the numbers up. I'm going to be silly. I'm going to take the 1 and 2. That's too easy for me. I'm going to put down a really tricky one, a 5 and a 6. Okay, so for my 5, well, I know a nickel's 5, so I'm just going to put a 5 there for my nickel. 6, though, that's tricky. I'm just going to count out 6 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I've got 6 pennies over here, and I've got a nickel, so I've got 5 cents over there. Okay, so I'm going to count them all up together. See how many I have. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 cents. Is there another way I could show 11 cents? Excuse me. What do you think? Is there another way I could show 11 cents? Well, you're right. I could take 5 pennies away and get another nickel. Okay. 1, 2, 3, whoop, 4, 5, and I'll get another nickel. There we go. 11 cents. 5, 10, 11. Thank you. Just like I'm counting on my fingers. 5, 10. I'd have to take off a sock and count with a toe. 11. Is there another way I could show 11? Maybe using a different coin. There is. There is. Because 5 and 5 together make 10, of course. And what's worth 10? Our dime. So I could take the 2 5s, put them away, and there we go. 10, 11. I've got another way. I showed that 3 different ways. Really cool. Now, if you want to do that, that would be awesome. But if you want to save your answers so we can see them, there's something cool that you can do. What you can do is you can do a rubbing. Do you remember back in the fall, we did some rubbings with leaves and all kinds of other things to see what they look like. And in our classroom, we have some wavy pieces of plastic and stuff that you can use to do a rubbing. Okay? So for my last one there, where I had 6 dots and 5 dots, I'm going to draw that on my piece of paper. I'm going to draw my 6 dots, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to draw my 5 dots like on a dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. And then I'm going to do a rubbing. So I'm going to stick my dime underneath my piece of paper. Underneath my piece of paper. And then I'm going to use my crayon. It's got to be a crayon, that works the best. And I'm going to lightly color over it. Then I'm going to take my penny and I'm going to do the same thing. Alright, you see that? There's a ship there, and there's leaves there, Canadian maple leaves. That is 10, 11. So I've got that. I've got 11 right there. Is that cool? Alright, so that's a fun activity you guys can do today. Get some dice, get a deck of cards, pull cards out, roll those dice, get yourself a number, and try and make it with pennies, nickels, and dimes, and see how many different ways you can make it. And then you can do some coin rubbings to see if you got it right. And you can show us. You can share a picture of it on the discussions tab if you'd like, which would be awesome to see, so we can all share them together and see how well we did. Something else you can do, I'm going to do a little caterpillar. So if you're done that, I'm going to make myself a money caterpillar. So I'm going to take some coins. I'm just going to take a handful of coins here. Pennies, nickels, dimes. You can use quarters if you want, but they get trickier to add up because adding ones is easier than adding 25s, isn't it? So here we go. I'm going to make myself a nice little caterpillar. Alrighty. What do you think? It's a nice little caterpillar? You're right. It needs legs. It needs some antenna. Make myself a nice little caterpillar. And you can add some extra stuff to it if you want, but then let's add up how much our caterpillar's worth. So we've got 1, 5, 1, 1, 10, 1. That's going to be tricky. I'm going to start with the big coins. You don't have to, but I'm going to start with the big coins. 10 and 5. 5, 10, 15. 15. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 cents. My caterpillar's worth 19 cents. What do you think? Is it a cute little caterpillar? I think so. You could also do it with coin rubbings. If you only got a couple of coins, you could do some rubbings on there and then count them all up. You might need Mom or Dad's help for the counting up because we haven't done numbers this big before. It might be easier to just use pennies and nickels and leave the dimes out, but if you want to try it, with dimes or even loonies or toonies, that's going to get really, really big, those numbers. It's going to be really tricky to add together. But if you want to give it a try, I'm not going to tell you no. That'd be cool. Challenge yourself. See if you can do it. With some help. And there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit of help when you're working on tricky math like money caterpillars. Alright, so I'd like you to try the rolling those dice and coming up with those numbers and doing some etchings. Doing some rubbings with your crayons. And if you'd like to do another activity, maybe you could do this tomorrow, or if you've got extra time today or on the weekend, because it's a long weekend coming up, you can do some money caterpillars. Alright, sound like fun? I had fun doing it. I had fun showing you. I will be back tomorrow to tell you guys a silly story. Alright? So, until then.